Hey, so did AEW give us the biggest wrestling news of the week other than Sheik?
In terms of
Collision main event,
them 2 matches?
It ain't the Collision main event. Wait, Meek. I'm sorry, Meek. I'm sorry. You're gonna tell me that Samoa Joe, Jay White, and Juice Robinson versus CM Punk and FTR is somewhere in the realm of Bryan Danielson and Okada at Forbidden Door?
let me tell you why.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you why. And this is not me. I'm just going to tell you why Warner Brothers thinks so, because they required that to be announced on the television.
Yeah.
But network.
When Warner Brothers stops licking Phil's gooch,
it ain't gonna happen.
Hey man, Phil was on Mayans this week.
I said what I said. I'm not a CM Punk fan, but that's their big draw right now.
But wait, Meek, you're right. But Meek, remember, I hear everything you're saying, but I'm the person who all I say is, hey, every piece of CM Punk information they announcing, we were supposed to get this.
Yeah, it could have been a tweet.
It was supposed to be the upfronts if they wasn't beefing. From what I hear, he was supposed to be on the poster.
Meeks. This is what I'm talking about, Meeks.
Well, Meek said the right thing. No, to Warner Brothers Discovery, CM Punk is that guy. They're building the collision around him. Every week it's another announcement.
And unfortunately, CM Punk was the biggest draw that AEW has had. When they brought him back, they have had nothing that has touched that. And I hate it because there's so much talent over there that can wrestle their ass off that need to be showcased. And so it's good that y'all have a new show, but then you give your new show to CM Punk and Dax to book. So now we still got to deal with CM Punk butthole on the damn TV every Saturday night.
But you like that main event, though.
Only reason why I like the main event is because Samoa Joe is in it. Samoa needs to be showcased. He is the current Ring of Honor TV champion. He was holding down the TNT title. He needs to be showcased.
And
That's the reason why I like the main event.
And he a clown, right?
You said what?
He a clown now too.
Oh yeah, and Twisted, yeah.
I seen him beating up
beating the shit out of
Tupac. He was beating up Tupac bad, boy.
I heard about
he was
that.
ass.
I did.
Yeah, shout out to Samoa Joe for being a clown. Nah, nobody clip that out because
would New Japan allow us to play?
No.
The Danielson promo. It was really. If you haven't seen it, it was cool.
It's amazing.
But no, they're gonna
it's amazing.
If you haven't seen, he was up in the mountains and shit. He ready.
Yeah, the better announcement is absolutely Danielson. That's absolutely the
Daniel Bryan a Mount Rushmore nigga at this point, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, he don't even wrestle with BCC at this point. He just goes out and does commentary. He's
just talking.
Do it. I make the decisions.
Look at Yuta.
Y'all
look
go
at my
play.
man Yuta.
Y'all go play with the kids. I'm gonna sit up here.
Right. Wait. Real quick. Not really trying to get into a full discussion about it because we've got a thing. Do you think Daniel Bryan and Kendrick Lamar are equivalent?
Is Bryan Danielson the Kendrick Lamar of pro wrestling? Is your question?
I like it.
Are they the equivalent?
I could rock.
I
could rock.
I could see it. I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure, so his art, because he was Danielson's got eras, right? Like he's got like the ROH era, which is probably them first
like that underground era.
Yeah, exactly.
Section 80. I'm sorry.
Section 80. But you figure, I guess WWE and them would be like Good Kid, Man City, like them next couple albums or whatever. Like
Good Kid, Man City is the Yes Movement.
Facts, big facts, all the way through up until Kofi beat him. Kofi beating Daniel Bryan for the title is, I don't want to say it's Macklemore beating Kendrick Lamar for the Grammy that one year, but it like there's those I look for those types of parallels. But I guess the question is, so would it be after? Because after he did Damn, but he had projects he had like them Untitles in between Damn.
Well, Untitled was it was just Lucy's. It was cutting room floor. It wasn't an album. Like they didn't pump that. They just put it out.
Damn would be his AEW.
Whoa, nobody putting K-Dot on their Mount Rushmore is crazy.
Are people putting Bryan Danielson on their Rushmore?
Yeah, a lot of people will.
No,
what tier?
Work.
Who are there people that? Because when people say pro wrestling Mount Rushmore, there's some Shawn Michaels don't make it a lot of the time.
Agreed.
With the four.
You don't make it on mine.
That's what I'm saying.
Top 10 for me.
You got Bryan Danielson in your top 4.
No, not me.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
but there are people that absolutely do.
But that's my question. That was my question.
There are people that do. Absolutely.
Yeah, when I say Mount Rushmore,
same people who put CM Punk on they Rushmore. They do. Mm-hmm. I deal with it every week, unfortunately. They will. Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with CM Punk.
I'm not a Phil fan.
One of the faces on the Rushmore. Outstanding meals. Outstanding.
Love it.
Outstanding.
See? See?
Well, yeah. I mean, of course. I want to say, but I'm trying to think. What's the 4?
25th, Vaughn. That's very
25th is crazy.
That's
low. Yeah,
25th
that's
crazy.
It's 25 people in the history of pro wrestling better than Daniel Bryan.
I don't think I believe it.
No.
Bryan Danielson to wrestle circles around your top 25 is a thing. Like
That's
that man does
it. Circles around some of my top 5. Some of them is just up there for nostalgia. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If Bryan Danielson's one of the faces on the Mount Rushmore, who are the other 3?
I'm like, all right, because I'll put it to you like this: what has Bryan Danielson not done?
What is Bryan
Did
Danielson?
he do a stint in any Lucha or AAA or anything like that?
Those are the things on his list he's trying to do now.
Okay.
He wants to do like
likely do
a G1 or something like that.
AEW, he definitely will because they have that relationship. So
see my list already. Yeah, Vaughn did put his list out.
That's right, Corey.
Need one more person that can. One more person.
Brian Guerrero Reigns.
You have to think about it in eras, right? Because what I realize is a lot of people who CM Punk is like their GOAT or Bryan Danielson is like their GOAT. Yeah. They're younger than us. They're a different era of wrestling than us.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people that's going to put Ultimate Warrior and people like that on their GOATs, and they older than us, right? They don't hit. We in a different, you know what I mean? So
I was there for the whole Ultimate Warrior.
I mean, I agree, but we're not there. We're not their demographic. That wasn't our era, right? Or our era.
It was mine.
See, when Vaughn put Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Ric Flair, and then he put Shawn Michaels, those are normally the names I see without Shawn Michaels for like the 4. Or
and
if you want to,
those are on my 4.
Some people will say The Rock. Some people will put out not The Rock. Some people put out Bret Hart. There's like a couple of names that people will put out.
Bret is definitely on mine.
My top 4 or 5 is obscure. So none
Hogan.
of them. Mick Foley, Kevin Nash, RVD, Jeff Hardy, Eddie Guerrero. That's my top 5.
Is that the first list?
That's my top 5. I mean, that's
the first time
I like what I like. You know what I mean?
Is that the first time Kevin Nash and Eddie Guerrero been that close on anything ranked together?
Yes.
Probably so.
Unless you were looking at
but I love them for different reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Eddie and Ray, they kind of flip for me because Filthy Animals is like a very significant thing for me. So they can flip. But yeah, that,
Now, Corey, I'll take you up. I got you. I'll fight
Corey,
you.
Andre Hogan.
Okay.
Hey,
what do you say?
Bruno, Andre, Hogan, Cena.
That's a little chaos.
That's a Corey right there.
Cam,
Corey,
I love Hunter. I love Hunter. He's in my top 10.
That's a mix.
I like having Andre in the top.
He kind of hit.
Yeah, he has a mix like I do.
Yeah,
he's all over the place like me.
I gotta put. Fuck. I would have to go. Hold up.
Yes, Nash is in my top 5. There's reasons. There are reasons.
I mean,
okay?
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm a heavy WCW girl. Like when I was growing up, I loved WCW, ECW. Like that was I watched the E, but I was going up for WCW and ECW. So that's why my list.
See, I couldn't watch it. It was too violent for me.
Oh, see, I loved
too
it.
much.
But now I can't watch like
now
GCW.
I can, but I can watch.
I can't now. Like I hate GCW. I can't do it. It's too much.
You don't want to see glass
give me
falling
for the Mount Rushmore. Give me Daniel Bryan.
Shit.
Give me Ricky the Dragon.
That's a good one.
Give me Mr. Perfect.
That's a great one.
And give me Randy Savage.
He can cut it. Mr. Perfect can cut a promo, baby. Man can cut a promo. Come on, Sean. WCW should have won. We can have a whole show about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
WCW should not have won, and it ain't because of the wrestlers. It's because of the people that was running it. It's why they lost. They lost because they were supposed to.
I don't want to talk about it. It's a little.
Who's my 4th? I'm gonna go Danielson, Savage, Muda.
Ooh.
Fuck. I
like this talk.
I like.
Don't disrespect me like that. Nash and Eddie is way too close. Worry about yourself. Okay.
I think he just
say what I said.
No. He was just reiterating what I said.
I know, but I'm just saying. Worry about yourself.
Hey, but Vaughn, you be tripping.
I need.
All right. And Steph.
he did the whole goddamn corporate corporate bloodline.
You got to put Linda in there. Don't forget Linda.
Hey, mute her mic. Mute her mic.
Don't do that. Because she had
10 times, yes.
Linda said,
Brett is number
the sacrifice.
They said, Linda, who is that? That is my husband. Okay. My name is Linda McMahon. Like them performances was so robotic, so good.
Linda McMahon did the voice for Urkel.
No, I don't. I am a WCW girl. No, I don't have Sting. I love Sting, but he's not in my top 5.
No, Sting trash. Let's be honest about Sting.
Let's keep it
the man called Sting?
Yeah, come on.
What's wrong with the man called Sting?
There's nothing wrong with him. He's just not top 5 for me.
He just wasn't a great professional in-ring performer.
But he does this.
Like, you know what I mean?
He does that.
And it was cool. They cut the lights off. You know what I mean? He watched The Crow. I love The Crow. You know what I'm saying?
Sting
it up. So, I like The Crow. But
Sting is a lot of entertainment, sports entertainment before sports entertainment was a thing.
Right.
Sting had that.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
He had a lot of the theatrics and the cinematics and
he had the whole thing. Eugene, Santino, Ellsworth, and Hornswoggle.
All right,
Antoine.
Now you're dragging it. You're dragging
it. That's the nastiest list of all time.
Antoine ate the brownie with the medicine in it instead of the regular brownie. Sting is literally number 10.
Oh my god.
I don't give a fuck about number 4. Okay. All right.
I don't know if I want to say Andre. I feel like I want to say Andre and I want to say Too Cold Scorpio, but I know there's somebody that I'm missing that needs to be in that 4th spot.
I think there are differences, right? Because like a guy like Andre is there because he is a legendary attraction.
Right.
But like other than Mania 3, what Andre match do you care about?
Well, I don't know.
Right?
I think the Rushmore is something different though.
So I like you said that because then the other conversation is Mount Rushmore isn't the greatest presidents of all time. I think they just the 4 most influential they thought. So for me, Steamboat Savage have they influenced a generation. If you say Brett, if you say Sean, it came from that match. If you say Chris Jericho, it came from that match. I mean, even though he's up there on my Mount Rushmore with him, if you say Daniel Bryanson, it comes from that goddamn that match and that work from both of those gentlemen in that era. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why both of them go for me. And then you put Daniel Bryan up there because I don't know if there's anybody better.
Well, and I'll be honest, fam. My Mount Rushmore is gonna look different than my top 5.
Okay.
Right.
Because what influenced me or what I feel like was important is not always necessarily what I loved. Right. So if I had to do my actual Mount Rushmore, like for example, Chyna and Jackie would be on that Mount Rushmore for me. Those two women absolutely would be. Triple H would be on that Mount Rushmore for me because there's certain things that have happened for me that were a little more influential that other people have done that may not be my favorites, if that makes sense. So, you know, we're talking about apples and oranges kind of something.
I always, and I do this in rap conversations lately, I don't care about people's top 5 as much. And the reason why I say that is because like especially rap niggas, like when they talk about their top 5, they talk about the folks that I feel like a lot of times people feel like they are supposed to have in there. Jay-Z and Nas, Rakim, KRS, like but the reality of it is this is always an enjoyment thing, right? This is always what I like. So who you think the world should recognize as number 1 is nowhere near as important as who your favorite are. So I think that's why I love the Mount Rushmore conversation more so, is because that's the real answer for me.
Right.
Is hey, everybody got Stone Cold and The Rock. Yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know.
But the real conversation is that favorite conversation because everybody loves Stone Cold and The Rock and Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, but they aren't a lot of people's favorite. So when you get to talking about your favorite, that's really the truth because I don't care about other people's opinions.
Right. So for me, the Rushmore for me is a staple in history because I don't remember every match. Like Corey remembers every fucking match, and I don't even know how he does that.
He's Rain Man. Like, you know, they wrote Rain Man.
Oh my god,
Corey.
So for me,
Daniel Bryan.
Exactly. So for
I
me,
love that. The WCW Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry. Continue.
So for me, when I think about the rap top 5s and stuff, like my top 5s, I've listened to the album front and back 4 or 5 times, 6 times, like you know what I mean, on replay. So that is always going to be different. So my Mount Rushmore is Bret, Andre, Ricky the Dragon, Savage, and Stone Cold. Like those are mine because I feel like they have an etch in history.
Right.
It was Hogan.
See it.
Terry.
Yeah, but guess what?
Because he's the one, sad to say.
Terry. His mama named him Terry.
Exactly.
I'm gonna call him Terry.
Mama named him Terry. I'm gonna call him Terry.
My favorite.
Yeah, but
Terry is the one that got me into wrestling. Terry was the one that got me into wrestling. And now he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, now fuck him. Sorry, you
fuck the whole Hogan.
She's
been almost 2 hours. You're fine.
Hey
yo, now let me ask y'all a question. Let's get controversial for a little bit.
Let's go.
We watched Hulk Hogan matches his entire run. It's some punches. It's a ripped shirt.
3.5 good moves.
It's a kick. It's a Hulk up, and it's a leg drop.
Yeah,
right.
3.5 good moves.
Every year or so, this New Japan or All Japan Pro or whatever footage this is always pops up.
Oh, him doing drop kicks and shit.
It's just one match. It's just one match. This nigga doing all kind of little locks and he turning around and spinning on the nigga. I seen it today.
It's weird looking.
Is what Hogan is known for? Is that it, or is there possibly, because I mean he did do it in that one video? I would assume he could have did it again.
There's a couple of. I'm actually. There's a couple of matches where he's doing a step up enziguri. One of them, the Muda. Yeah.
So the
For
question
me-
is,
What's the question?
was as trash as a person as he is was Hogan as bad in ring as a lot of wrestling purists would say he is, or is that just his moveset based on who he was supposed to be?
Are you asking my opinion or are you asking objectively?
I listen, it's opinion. You know what I mean?
Talk your talk.
I don't want what you think we should hear. I want to hear. I want to know Mika's opinion. I want to know Mimi's.
You
opinion.
know my opinion. He ain't never did nothing for me.
No.
Like wrestling wise, like them 3.5 moves. I wanted him to get his ass whooped every time. Like I was never on his side. He was never like just a wrestler that made me want to run to the TV and watch his match and see what he's gonna do. And not like no. Okay.
Wait.
So that is the luxury of being a bit younger than myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say.